You hit the like button. What's going on, Taylor? How you feeling, my man? Thanks so much for chiming in, man. Thanks so much for joining me. You saw me trying to get my bow tie together. I had actually had it unloosened, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna go live, let me go ahead and put it together. What's up, man? How you feeling? Angel is in the building. How are you doing, Angel? Thanks so much for watching, my man. Hit that like button and hit the share button, my man. Share this on all of your platforms, man. This is something that I'm doing specifically for the truckers. What's going on? Taylor is in the building. How are you doing, my man? Taylor is in the building. How are you doing? I got asked live on the radio today. It was in a text message. What's going on? Shamey, how are you doing? Sammy Mack is in the building. John JR is in the building. What's going on? Much respect. Trucking Madness is in the building. Thanks so much. Much respect. I appreciate you. All right. Charles is in the building. How are you doing, my man? Yeah, exclusive thought. We in here. We live. That's good stuff. I appreciate that. As a company driver, you say, okay, so Lowell says, as a company driver, go here. This is your company. I rewrite that because I'm not sure what that was saying. So rewrite that when it says, as a company driver, go to here. This is, I'm a company driver. Okay, so I'm not sure. Rewrite that one. Okay, Chris checking in. Dean, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Chris, thanks so much for asking me, man. James Timmis is in the building. How are you doing, Jamar? How are you doing, Jamal? How are you doing, James? How are you doing? You're fixing your tie. That's what's up. Yeah, I gotta make sure I fix my tie together. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you're looking right. If they're gonna look at you, might as well make sure they're looking good, because they're gonna be looking. You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna be looking. All right, thanks so much for that. All right, what's up, Dean? Jeff Dorson is in the building. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing, my man? What's good, CEO Super Trucker Tony? I am winning, my man. Thanks for asking. Dean, appreciate all the knowledge. We'll be enrolling in your course. Thank you so much, Super Woo 007. I appreciate that. You want to hear this story? Okay, awesome, Lowell. I'm going to talk about it right now, Lowell. So, Lowell, if you want to hear this story, somebody else might want to hear it as well. So hit that like button and hit that share button. Share on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on your baby mama page, on your wife page, your side chick page, whoever. Just share it everywhere you want to share it, my man. Share it wherever. A lot of other people might want to know this story as well, Lowell. Okay, good stuff. This is exactly what you was thinking of today. Trucking Madness. Awesome. Yes. So Trucking Madness, I was live on the radio today, and a gentleman hit me up in Twitter. Not Twitter, it was Instagram. I think he was Riding Dirty. So if Riding Dirty comes in, I want to look at it. And he basically wanted to ask the same question. He was like, how are you able to still be a company driver and build your own business? And so I'm going to talk about this now. Originally, I was going to go to this spot around the corner from the radio station called Dantana's, and I have this. I'm going to create a new segment for my show. It's called Cigars with the CEO. I don't know if you guys know, but I like cigars. I got a few cigars right here, but I don't want to oh, that smells good. I don't want to mess up. Oh, this is Macanudo too. Macanudo. So shout out, how many of you guys are cigar aficionados? If you guys are cigar lovers, go ahead and comment below if you are a cigar lover. This is a nice, you see this is a nice Macanudo Maduro. I'm not Macanudo Maduro. This is a Monte Cristo, excuse me, a Monte Cristo. You don't have social media but YouTube? Okay, Lowell. Well then go ahead and text somebody then. Share it, send it there as a blast text message. Just share the love. But anyway, I am gonna do a new segment called Cigars with the CEO, where basically it's gonna be my Q&A. So when it's a Q&A style, I'm gonna do it while I'm enjoying a cigar. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're watching this right now and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. We have content coming every day, every other day. We are at, let me tell you guys where we at specifically. I'm really excited. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. We are at 1,681 subscribers, guys. 1,681 subscribers. So I was trying to think of a real cool challenge that I can do when we get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm not sure. But let me go ahead and answer some of these questions, and I'm going to get right into this. So if you're watching right now, you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. If somebody shared you, like if my man Lowell sent you a text message to the link and you hit this and you don't know who I am, I'm about to get into it and I'm about to break this down. So let's go ahead and see what questions I missed. Maybe you missed one. I miss you. Hello, everyone. Hey, Angel. How are you doing, Angel Mac? When are the weekly meetings for the School of Business Credit? Taylor, they're every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. They're 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Today, we did not do one because I had a lot of billing that I needed to catch up on. So I dropped that information in the course. So in the private exclusive group, I dropped that information. Everybody in the group knew what was going on. I had a lot of billing stuff that I needed to take care of, but I promised when I was on the radio that I was going to answer this question. So I'm going to answer this question here. Like I was saying, I wanted to do live with the CEO, but it started to rain, and I was like, I didn't want to be inside. I wanted to be outside. So let's see. That's a very good question. Let's see. How do you contact me directly? Trucking Madness. If you want to contact me directly, you can reach out to me via my information. It's all available. Links are available to me on YouTube. Links are available to me on Facebook. You can send me a direct message on YouTube. Send me a direct message on Facebook is the best way to get in contact with me. If you call the office line and see if I'm available, I might be available, but I'm a pretty busy guy. The best way to be in contact with me is actually to be enrolled in my course, because if you're enrolled into my course, then you get access to me, and then you also can book 15-minute sessions with me free. Another way to get in contact with me, Trucking Madness, is when I'm on the radio. You can call me when I'm on the radio, or if you want to, you can call me now. I actually, if you guys give me a couple seconds. See, I was watching the TB and Low show. They had a really good idea. They said that they were going to take calls, and I was like, that's a cool idea. So if you guys give me a second, I can actually forward the 800 number from the radio to my cell phone. So if you guys call that 800 number to the radio, I can answer your question. If that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. If that is, then I'll go through the process of forwarding it over. If that's something you guys are interested in. If not, then I'll just keep going like what we're going on right now. All right, so let's good stuff. Let's see what's going on in the building. Okay, definitely train of thought. That's good stuff. Okay, man, there's a lot of comments, a lot of messages. No smoke for you. Okay, exclusive thought. I got you. I completely understand. All right, good stuff. Let's see. Okay, boom, boom, boom. A lot of questions. What's going on? Michael Blackwell is in the building. How you doing, Michael Blackwell? Okay, so Deron Trucker, you want me to forward it? Okay, so Deron, if I forward it, you're going to call me. You're not going to have me going through this and forwarding it for nothing, right? So who else wants me to forward it? You guys could possibly call me tonight on my 800 number. Let's see here. How do I get... Let's see what this says. It says, how do I get to enroll in my credit building class? What's the site? Okay, so Jody, if you want to enroll into the course, go to DCFI Online, which stands for E.DeanCole Financial. Man, let's do this right here. I ain't gonna keep messing with this thing tonight. We ain't doing that. There we go. So go to DCFIonline.com/enroll. Go to DCFIonline.com/enroll, or go to DCFIonline.com, and when you're on the home page, up at the top right, or if you're on your cell phone, it'll be an option for you to on the menu to enroll. So let's see if anybody else wants me to forward my forward the number. Forward and turn on my AC, Jody. I'm sweating. Yeah, I'm sweating. I was just on the Facebook, and you're gonna give me a don't give me a call on Facebook. That wouldn't be work. What's going on, Still Hogging TV? What's going on, Ghost? How you feeling, my man? All right, hit the bell so y'all can get the notifications. Thanks, Trucking Madness. Hey, Dean, how are you doing? Blashon. All right, good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna forward it. If you guys want to call, give me a second, and I'm going to forward it. Let's see here. I'm gonna forward it so that you guys, if you guys want to call, you'll be able to call. Matter of fact, let me do this right here. It'd be easy if I do it from my computer. Hold on for a second. So I'm gonna forward the calls from the radio station to my cell phone. So if you guys want to call me, you guys can. Give me a second here. You guys having a good day today? I'm not going to take a whole bunch of calls. I might just take 2 or 3 because I want to stay on topic. So the topic that we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, though, is The topic that we're talking about is how can you start your own business even while driving company? A lot of you guys have asked me that question. Angie Mack wants me to forward it. Okay, let me forward it. Give me a second. So this is the number to call me even when I'm on the radio. Hold on for a second. Give me a moment. All right, give me a second. All right, guys, so you can call me. The number is 855-75-MONEY. 855-75-MONEY. That's 855-75-6639. So 855-75-6639. So if you want to ask me a question, you can ask me a question while I am, why does it look like that? While I am live on YouTube. That's a pretty cool idea that TB came up with. Why look like this? Still hogging, what's going on, man? You great. Planning your work and working the plan. That's what it's all about. Thanks so much, Angie, for being a moderator. Good stuff. Thanks so much. 855-75-MONEY. That's right. 855-75-MONEY. 855-75-6639. 855-756-6639. All right, so I am going to get into the topic at hand. I don't know why my light look like it do. There we go. It changed up on me, but it is what it is. I don't know why it looks like it do. But I think I might take your advice and go turn the AC on. It just got super hot for no reason. So let me go do that too. Let me go turn this AC on because it just got hot, super hot for no reason. Maybe I'm nervous because all the people that's in here. Ooh, I'm nervous because all the people that's in here. Somebody's calling. Hey, thanks for calling. Who's this?
Hey, Dan, how you doing? This is Big John from Indianapolis.
What's going on, Big John? How you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling great, man. I know you from Vine City. That's where I grew up, man.
Oh, you grew up in Vine City, man? Yes, sir. 554 Magnolia Street, apartment 76. Yes, sir. Right across from...
Hey, man, I was on the corner of Magnolia and Vine.
Oh, you was right on the corner of Magnolia and Vine. That's good stuff. You remember the little corner store they used to have down there?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good. Yes, sir. Short, small world. Yes, sir. So you know where I'm from, then. You know I'm from the gutter of the gutter because you was right around the corner from where I was from.
I can tell you some stories over there, man.
Yes, sir. You definitely can. But hey, what you got a question for me? You wanted me to answer a question real quick?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Okay, cool.
I got my Class A's.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about getting a expedited truck. You know,
Get a hot shot.
a foot straight truck.
Okay, get a straight shot. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's like a semi. It's like a semi, but with the 24-foot trailer.
Okay.
So, is there any money into doing that?
Yeah. Listen, there's money in freight everywhere. People are sending freight everywhere. If you got a smaller truck, you can get a less than truckload. You can get LTL. And they have a lot of different carriers. They call them hot shots is what they call them, the smaller ones. So depending on who you decide to contract with, as long as you have your, and you don't even need your CDL for some of those hot shot companies. Because my brother actually has, the old U-Haul trucks. The old U-Haul moving truck. He bought 2 old U-Haul moving trucks, and he has contracts with a local carrier, and they call them hot shots. That's what everybody know the hot shots be the dually trucks doing those, but some of them.
It's like a tractor trailer.
Yeah. So, what I'm saying is that's what they call them, even though everybody else in the industry know hot shots or the car hauling, but they call them hot shot loads because they're small. That's just what they call them. Because my brother contracts out of North Carolina and he has 2 of them, and it's less than truckloads. It's LTL stuff, and it's all boxes and medical things. And he didn't even need his doesn't even need his CDL. All he needed was his motor carrier number. And with his motor carrier number and his motor carrier number and his LLC and his business checking account, he was able to get contracted with them. and he was able to do that. And all it is less than truckload freight that's moving small little places. Yeah, there's money in it if you do it the right way. There sure is.
Okay, because I was thinking about doing that because I'm back and forth to Atlanta and back here,
Okay.
So yeah, I'm thinking about getting into that. But yeah, you're a real life homeboy, lady.
Oh yeah, I tell folks all the time, don't let the slick talk and the bow tie and the pretty and the nice watch fool you. Listen, I stand 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? And you from where I'm from, so you understand.
Yeah, I was back then in the 80s and 90s, man.
Okay, well, if you was in the 80s and 90s, you remember, so you know how VCP of Vine City Posse had an issue with H.E. Holmes, with Hernie Holmes?
Hernie Holmes,
yeah.
John Holmes.
Yeah, John Holmes, yeah, all of that stuff. I grew up in that era. But hey, I'm gonna let you go. I'm about to go and turn the AC on because for some reason it just got super hot in my house. And
I'll be back in touch with you probably one day next week.
yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button, and if you're in town, hit me up. Maybe we can meet up and have some wings or something.
That'll work, man.
All right, thanks for calling. All right, thanks for calling, my man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is live. So 2 things. Thing number 1, give me a second before you call back. I'm about to go turn the AC on because somebody just said to turn it on because it is burning up hot. And number 2, when we get back, I'm going to get into the subject matter that at hand. And if you call me about that subject matter or wait to the end when I'm done with the subject matter and I'll take all of your questions. So give me a second, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So, I got me some ice water. Got me some ice water. About to knock ice water over, and I'm back. So let's see. And I turned the AC on. What's going on? It says you have a long way to go before you can see them. Okay. They're eliminating the brokers slowly. Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. Okay, cool. This is the real live show. Yes. Yes. Jesse Williams, this is a super duper real live, real deal, Holyfield real live show. So if you guys want to give me a call about the subject, you can call me now, or you can wait till I'm done and I'll take 2 more calls, just 2 more calls. Okay. Any and everything you want, even if you're a troll and you want to call me. Now, if you're a troll and you want to call me, go ahead and give me a call. But most of them trolls, they got them Twitter fingers. They don't even want their voice to show up. They don't want their phone numbers to show up, anything. So anyway, all right. What I missed? You missed a lot. You missed a lot, MQ. What you missed was thing number 1. I am talking about how you're able to build your own business and drive company at the same time. I don't know why my lighting looks so horrible. I don't know why my lighting looks so horrible, but hey, it is what it is. My lighting looks horrible, but hey, it is what it is. It's live and direct. I can't fix it. I can't change it. But anyway, so see, now it keeps going back, and I know, like, Dean, what are you doing? I'm trying to, there we go. Okay, there we go. Lighting is better. No, then it went away. Oh, well, forget it. It is what it is. Okay, so how you're able to drive company and build your own business at the same time. All right, so if you've ever had this question, if you have this question, I want you to type down me, M-E. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to participate. I want you to chime in, type in me, M-E. All right, now if you're watching this video and you want to give me a call, you have to give me a call when I'm live on the radio, or the next time I do one of these. I think this is a really cool idea. Okay, so Taylor says me. Who else? It was several people asked this question. All right, James says me. All right, so Taylor says me. Jesse says me. Chris says me. Charles says me. Jody says me. All right, Simi says me. Truth Teller says me. I like that name, Truth Teller. Super Trucker Tony says me. Edward says me. Lowell says me. Trucking Madness says me. Okay, all of you guys, and even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to participate as if you're watching live, because if you guys if you don't notice, I go back and I interact and I comment as well as much as I can depending on my schedule. A lot of times if I'm in traffic or if I'm laying in the bed and can't sleep, like most nights. But nevertheless, all right, so John says me. So this is how you're able to build your business even while you're driving company. This is my advice to you. Even if you're driving company right now, the best thing I suggest that you do is build your business now, okay? Build your business now, even while you're driving company. Trucker Brown, TB, did a video, I think 2 nights ago, and he was talking about how you can create an extra $26,000 if you're on top of your game. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, if you look in the comments below, I'm going to tag TB's video that he did. So even as soon as this is over and you're watching this on the replay, if you look in the comments, you're going to see a video that Trucker Brown did where he talked about how you're able to create an extra $26,000 by driving company. Did you guys see that video? So all the people that are watching live, I want you to let me know if you saw. So if you saw it, say saw it. So if you saw that, I want you to say saw it. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, you're like, dang, Dean, I wish I could have called you. I wish I could have interacted with you or chimed in. That's because you didn't subscribe. Or if you did subscribe, you did not hit the bell. So I want you to subscribe and hit the bell. So if you're watching live right now and you saw the video that Trucker Brown did where he showed how you're able to create an extra $26,000 by driving company, I want you to say saw it. If you didn't see it, say didn't see it. Now, you guys are watching the replay can't see the comments because the comments they go away after the live, which is so cool because you can ask anything you want and it's not left to the general public. All right, so let's go ahead and see what I missed. Okay. All right, so Million Doss says he wants to learn. All right, so Michael Backwell says me. He wants to learn. John says he wants to know. LPMC says he wants to know. All right, and so MQ says I wish you had that type of info 2 years ago. All right, hey, better late than never, but never late is better, like Drake said, but never better late than never. We're going to talk about it tonight. All right, hit the like button. Yes, like Super Trucker Tony says, hit the like button. We got 25 people watching. I want 25 likes right now. Hit the like button. All right, it was around 20 years ago, but it cost you 25 to set up. Okay. All right, so John Jr. said you saw it. Truth Teller says you saw it. Edward said you saw it. All right, just hit the bell. Awesome, Taylor, you just hit the bell. Perfect. All right, so Chris says you didn't see it. All right, Charles said didn't see it. Jesse said you didn't see it. Do I need a business to get in the course? Very good question, Duran Trucker. We teach you how to start a business. So the course teaches you step by step. You can go from zero business. At the end of the course, you're going to have a business. We teach you the proper way to structure you so you do have a business. And we also teach you how you're able to build your personal credit. So you need to come to the course knowing nothing. The less you know, the easier and better it is. I had a conversation with somebody today, and I almost got into an argument with them because they were trying to tell me, and I'm like, listen, you're gonna take my advice or you're not? Because the advice you're doing is not accurate. I know you're very smart, and I know that you've learned some things, and I know that you feel like you know a lot than your average person, but the information I'm telling you is more accurate than what you're saying. And so she had to say, okay, Dean, and she has to change her way of thinking. So I said all of that to say this: if you don't know something, going into it is the best way. Sometimes you have to relearn what you thought you knew in my course, because I'm going to teach you the right way. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times in this game of business credit and business development, because people don't know, they play the guessing game and they guess on a lot of things. Sometimes they guess right, most of the time they guess wrong. And so they think that they know something. You know, the number one best-selling book of business development says that there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. And I know that they're not talking about business development, but that's just true in all areas. There's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. And so that's why in our course, if you know nothing, we'll take you from knowing absolutely nothing, and in 16 weeks you would have a strong, legitimate business. You have at least 20,000 in business credit. Your personal score is going to go up at least 100 points. I have another audio testimonial of a young lady who her credit score went up 100 points, and she's not even halfway through the course. Just a few things she did, her score went up 100 points. And we were talking today because she's about to get some funding on the business side of things. And I'm going to finish editing that video, and I'm going to post that either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, depending on how late this goes. So two things about to post on my channel. Three things are going to post within the next 24 hours. I have the replay from today's radio show, if you missed it, commercial free. The second thing that's going to post is the video call, the phone call of the young lady who credit score went up 100 points. And then the third thing is going to be a vlog from me and my daughter going to the circus. So all of that is going to be added to the channel within the next 24 hours. So let me see what I missed. Okay, let me see what I missed. All right, didn't see it. All right, so hit the like button. Thank you so much. So Super Trucker Tony says, it says your loads done got to go, bro. Okay. All right, well, come and catch the replay, man. And good job, man. Hey, ride heavy, man, and stay safe. Ride heavy and stay safe. All right, so Truckin' Madness says, I'm 21. Your personal credit is a 697. Congratulations. But you want to start your business credit. Okay, Truckin' Madness, if that's where you want to be, I definitely suggest you enroll in the course, because you want to protect your personal credit so that you don't mess up. A lot of people who are older, they don't understand and they don't know. There's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. So somebody in your situation, what they'll do is probably go out and personally guarantee everything and finance everything, thinking that's the right way to go. And then at the end thereof is destruction. So in our course, we teach you how to build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit. And we also teach you how to repair your personal credit, do a full credit sweep. The average person credit score goes up anywhere from 75 to 100 points on the personal side. And on the business side, you're guaranteed at least $20,000. I'm actually going to up it because we have some new lenders that just came on, and one of them is just giving out $40,000 like it ain't nothing. But so let me get into it, because you guys are asking some really good questions. So let me just get into it. If you have a question that you want me to ask, do a super chat or wait till the end to call me, because you guys just be talking questions all night. So I appreciate that. I want to get into the meat of it. So if you guys watch this on the replay, I apologize. I just created a link that'll take you directly here. So if you're watching this on the replay and you did not see my pinned post, whenever you see a pinned post on my channel, I will take you directly to the meat and potato, because I'm very interactive on my live stream. So let's get into it. So this is what I need you to know. For everybody that said me, I need you to understand this. When you have the job of a trucker, that is your job as a trucker. When you're working for a company, that is your job. The first thing that you need to do to build a business while driving company is change your way of thinking. you have to immediately fire that company in your mind and hire yourself in your mind. So yes, the number one best-selling book when it comes to development says, if a man work, he don't eat. I get that 100%. I want you to ride heavy and I want you to ride hard. Thing number one. Thing number two, I want you to ride and get as much income as you can, which is why I'm going to drop that link to Trucker Brown talking about how you're able to have an extra $26,000 driving for a company, talking about maximizing your fuel bonus and maximizing different fuel bonus for the company just riding on time. So that's two things. But the third thing is you have to change your way of thinking. If you think like an employee, you're going to act like an employee. And the things that I'm going to tell you from this point on will not make any sense, okay? So if you think like an employee, you're going to act like an employee, and all the information that I'm going to give you, you're going to see it from an employee's lens. You're going to see it from employees' eyes. But you have to fire your job that day. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I fired the last company I worked for. I fired them a year before I quit. There's a difference. I wrote down on a piece of paper, I'm quitting on April the 13th, 2015. Now, it was like April the 15th, 2014 at the time, but I said, I'm quitting on this date. I wrote it down on the piece of paper. I meditated on every single day, and I set down goals that I needed to accomplish so that I could quit my job on that day. Now, I fired my employer on that day, but I did not quit until that date came because I had my baby girl I needed to take care of. You guys seen my precious. I had her. You understand what I'm saying? And I wanted to make sure she was straight. And I had an ex-wife that I needed to make sure that my ex-wife was going to keep me out of jail. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I don't pay them child support, listen, she calling them folks. So what I needed to do was at the same time, I needed to be true to myself. So I quit. I quit my boss and quit my job that day, but I did not resign until the actual date. If you understand where I'm coming from, I want you to say, get it. So type down, get it, so I can move forward. This is interactive, not like anything you've ever done. Now, even if you're watching this on the replay, right below, I want you to type down, get it, because I'm going to come back and interact with you. And if you're investing into yourself, then I'm going to invest in you. If you're commenting and if you're invested, then I'm going to invest in you. So let me see if you get it. Okay. So, all right. LP got it. Okay. I see all the get it's. Okay. LP got it. All right. Curtis got it. All right. Kenneth got it. All right, Hydraulic got it. Okay, Trucking Madness got it. John got it. All right, Michael Blackwell says, let's get it. All right, Charles says 100. Okay, Truth Teller says 100. Get it. Okay, got it. So that's thing number one. So the first thing you need to do is you need to write down a due date. So you have to say in your mind. Now, the cool thing about it is when you say it in your mind, the date that you're going to resign, two things happen. One, you begin to be forward thinking and you're conscious on this date. And now you've given yourself a due date. So you're no longer procrastinating anymore. So that means that you're going to do everything you need to do so that you can fire, so you can quit, so you can resign from your job. That's the first thing. That's first thing. Now, the second thing you need to do is create a business. There is absolutely no conflict of interest for you to be driving for Snyder or driving for Prime or driving for Swift and then build your own business, okay? Hear me. There is not a conflict of interest. You are within your rights as a U.S. citizen to build whatever business you want. There's not a conflict of interest. You don't have to worry about a non-complete clause. What you're doing is you're building your business. Now, I had this conversation earlier. What you choose to do with your business is your choice. And this is the mistake that a lot of my truckers make. So hear me and understand this. The same steps and energy and effort it takes to start a new trucking company is the same steps and energy it takes to start a barbershop. Is the same energy and efforts it takes to start a cigar shop. Is the same energy and efforts it takes to start a vape shop. Is the same energy and efforts it takes to start a strip club, are the same energy and efforts it takes to start a church. It does not matter. You are building a business, okay? So you have to go through the exact same steps. Now, what I mean by that is you're going to build your business and your business is going to be thriving and your business is going to be there even while you're driving for somebody else. because that is okay. Now, the reason why I want you to do this now, like the guy who Trucker Brown just called, his name was Trucker Brown. I think his name was TB. I'm a fake trucker, or TB, I'm not a real trucker. I can't remember his name. He said that he encouraged everybody to grind for a year and save. That's true. But while you're grinding for a year and while you're saving, you need to go ahead and create your business. The reason why is because when you create your business, you now add seasoning to your business, because there is a lender that I have right now that will get you $50,000 to $100,000 if you've been in business for at least 12 months. You hear that? If you've been in business for at least 12 months, a legitimate real business for at least 12 months, you are pre-qualified. So you guys heard the phone call that I did for the gentleman that got approved for $100,000. Did you hear that? So if you heard the phone call, say heard it. If you did not hear the phone call, say didn't hear it. And even in the replay, I want to know, like I said, if you invest in yourself, then I'll invest in you. I need for you to interact. So if you heard the phone call that I played when I got the gentleman $100,000, I want you to write heard it. If you didn't hear it, I want you to type down didn't hear it. Even on the replay, I want to see. All right, so was it Hydraulics says heard it? All right, Taylor says didn't hear it. All right, so Taylor, you can watch that on the replay. Chris said heard it. All right, LP gave me the hear, you heard it. That's funny. All right, Rahim says that you heard it. All right, so Charles says didn't hear it. All right, Dre says all ears. John says didn't hear it. Still Hagen says heard it. Truth Teller says heard it. Okay, so all of you guys that didn't hear it, go back. Or matter of fact, if you're watching this on the replay, at the end, on the video at the bottom left, right here, is going to be a clip that'll take you directly to that video, or even right up here, there's going to be a card that pops out that'll take you directly to that video. But if you're watching live, at the end, you can go on my YouTube channel and you can see there's a different section that's called Success Stories, and you will see it right there. Now, out of the $100,000, he got approved by 3 different lenders. Now, I, as a consulting firm, we are contracted with 150 different lenders. So out of those 3 different lenders, one of them is the company that I'm telling you about. They will give you $50,000 to $100,000 depending on your business, as long as you've been in business for 12 months. And let's talk about what being in business means. What being in business means to the eyes of the underwriter is having a LLC, a legitimate LLC, not a sole proprietor. You can have an S Corp, you can have a C Corp, but you must be incorporated. It must be an S Corp, it must be a C Corp, or it must be an LLC, limited liability corporation. In most states, it's only $150. If you're like where Steel Hagen is, which is Ghost, and you're out west, then it's like $400 or $500. My advice, if that's the case, is get a registered agent in either Atlanta, Wyoming, Delaware, or Nebraska. I'm gonna break that down a little bit later. But so the first thing that you have to do is create an LLC. So even though you enforce dispatch, even though right now you have to go on a dedicated route, a dedicated lane, even right now you might be teaming with somebody else, or right now you might be in CDL school, tomorrow you can go and create a LLC for around $150, $200. Once you create that LLC, you now begin to be in business in the eyes of the underwriters, okay? Now, what I suggest that you do is when you create your LLC, is you need to use a business address, not a P.O. box, not your residential address. You can get a virtual office for like $50. In our course, we give you resources that are like $50 to create an LLC. Now, that you can change that. So even just right now, if you are driving for Swift, or driving for CR England, or driving for Prime, or you driving for a mom and pop shop, or you driving for Budweiser, or you driving for JB Hunt, or whomever, or you driving for Night, it doesn't matter. If you just want to start right now, don't let the details stop you. Don't be paralyzed and overthinking. Start an LLC, $150, $200 in most cases. If you're in a state, if you reside in a state where it's too expensive, then get a registered agent. I'll explain that later on a completely separate video. or call me at the end, and I can talk about it. I'm taking 2 questions live on the YouTube at the end. So that's thing number one. Thing number one is create an LLC. Go to the Secretary of State. In most cases, it's $150, $200. A lot of times people are intimidated and they think that they have to get an attorney and pay an attorney $1,500, $2,000. You don't have to. A lot of times people think you have to get LegalZoom to pay $700. You don't have to. You can get your own LLC. You can get an LLC yourself. All you have to do is pay the filing fees and become a single member LLC. That is it. So you have to do this in order. Now, this is some advice that I'm going to give you as a consultant, okay? Now, instead of paying me the money, I want you to pay this forward. How do I want you to pay it forward? Share this video with somebody else that is in the trucking industry, whether you text it to them, whether you share it on their Facebook, whether you share it on Instagram. So the way that you pay for this information, because you got to pay for it. Don't be stealing, okay? The way that you pay for it is by sharing it. So this is some advice as a consultant. What you should do is create your business not as a trucking business. Take trucking out of your mind. You're creating a business. I worked for the largest banks in the fuel card space, as well as I worked for some of the large banks, Wells Fargo, PNC Bank, and trucking is a high-risk industry. Strip clubs, high-risk industry. Trucking, high-risk industry. Collection agencies, high-risk industries. Real estate investment companies, high-risk industries. The most successful clients that I've ever seen, what they did was they created a generic business. So if your initials, let's see, let me get somebody right here. Let's see, perfect, LPMC. How to create an LLC. All right, LPMC. The way that you create an LLC, LPMC, is you have to go to the Secretary of State. When you go to the Secretary of State, choose the state that you reside in. After you choose the state you reside in, it's going to say file online. And you just go through the steps. Now, in our course, we walk you step by step and we hold your hand through the process. But you can Google it, you can YouTube it. It's easy. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars. So, prime example, LPMC. What I would suggest LPMC does is LPMC's business should be LPMC Enterprise or LPMC Solutions or LPMC Group or LPMC and Company or LPMC LLC. All right. Notice trucking is not in the name. Transportation is not in the name. Freight is not in the name. If you're starting off fresh, one of the best things that you can do is create a universal business. Let me tell you why. You don't want anybody looking on a piece of paper and marginalizing you based on a name. You don't want to be pigeonholed based on a name. You don't want people to assume anything about you or your business by a name. So what you need to do is create a universal name. If your name is James Smith, it should be James Smith Enterprise. James Smith Enterprise can do whatever James Smith Enterprise wants to do. Because in the eyes of an underwriter, when you have when you put down that you're in the trucking industry and you choose a trucking SIC, you're going to be considered high risk automatically. Now, high risk means, it doesn't mean that you won't be approved. No, you will be approved. You will. If you set your business up the proper way, nothing will stop you. But this is a shortcut. This is an easy shortcut that I suggest that you go through. This is one of those keys that only licensed professionals who've been in the business for years can explain to you. The reason why this is a major key is because when you go through automatic underwriting and they pull up your business name and they pull up your SIC code, there are different triages of risk: high risk, medium risk, low risk. And so you want to be as low risk or medium risk as possible. So what you need to do is create an LLC right now. After you create your LLC, $150, $200, make it something universal like your first name, your last name, and group, or your first name and your last name LLC. That is 100% fine. All right. When you do that, as soon as you pay the fees, you're good. You're fine. You do not have to get a business license. You do not have to get any additional licenses because your LLC will cover both of those. That's first thing. Second thing you need to do is go to the go to the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. When you go to the IRS, there and create a EIN number, but you do your EIN number after you do your LLC. A lot of people have made the mistake of going backwards because the EIN is free and they taking shortcuts and they say, oh, if I get my EIN, then I get my LLC. No, you're doing it backwards and you're going to hurt yourself down the road. I had a company who got an EIN, had his EIN for 5 years, and he got denied because his EIN showed up as a sole proprietor. So he created his EIN as a sole proprietor, not as an LLC. And he got hung up in underwriting. He had got turned down and he had spent thousands of dollars trying to hire these quote unquote gurus, and nobody was able to tell him and teach him the real thing. He spent $3,500 to this quote unquote person that was going to add trade lines to his business profile. He got raped, and smallest thing was stopping him was that his EIN was attached to him and it wasn't attached to his business. So it's not about having the ingredients, it's about following the recipe, okay? How many of you guys know that if you're building a cake, you can have all the ingredients, but if you don't crack open the egg and you put the egg in the bowl without opening it, that small thing will ruin the entire cake. Or even though you're supposed to put frosting on the cake, instead of put frosting on the cake, what if you put frosting inside the batter before it was cooked? But I got all the ingredients. It's not about having the ingredients. It's about following the recipe. So if you guys understand where I'm coming from, I want you to type down understand. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to type down understand. All right, so I'm going to look at some of these comments because I missed some of these comments. All right, so when you get your LLC, what would you list it under? Okay, so that's what I just explained right there. I hope I explained that, Chris. He says, I want to know how to build business. I have my LLC. Okay. All right, Low Rider, if you want to know how to build business build business credit after you have your LLC, then I suggest that you enroll into my course because we walk you step by step through the process. I'm just giving you the basics on how you're able to do this in the beginning, and I'm gonna explain it. Okay. All right. So so what should you put your SIC under? Okay, I think I just explained that. All right. Predicate that. Appreciate that information, young brother. You're very, very welcome, Rude Boy. Rude Boy, Wagwan. Top shot of them. Can we get a few trade names to get us started? Okay, we're going to talk about that, Low Rider. All right, check to make sure it's not a yearly fee to keep the business active. All right, well, yeah, you're going to have to pay your fee. So you're going to make sure you need to pay your fee, okay? If you do not pay your fee, then your LLC will go under. So you have to make sure that you stay on top of your annual filing. But it costs to be the boss, okay? It's business expensive. It definitely costs to be the boss. So thank you very much for that, Ghost. Good stuff. All right, so Chris says he understands. Rude Boy, say him understand them. LPMC says understand. Leo says understand. Tolan says understand. All right, Charles says understands. Okay, awesome. All right, I Will says understand. Okay, all of you guys understand. Awesome. All right, so Charles says, dang, I screwed up. Been in business for 2 years, but no LLC. Help you, please. Okay, Charles, the best thing you're going to have to do, Charles, is start your LLC right now. So go and create your LLC right now. And unless you have been filing your taxes and you have over $20,000, $30,000 in your taxes under your EIN, get a new EIN. If you have just started a business and you have not filed and claimed good income taxes, then get a new EIN. But if you have your business set up and you have income coming in from your EIN, then you can actually port your EIN from a sole proprietor to your LLC. That's going to be a completely separate video. So if you guys want me to do that video, then I'll do that completely separate video. So after you have your LLC, you still riding company. You just invested $150, $200. Instead of spending $200 on pizzas, you invested in yourself. Instead of spending $200 on beer, you invested it in yourself. Instead of spending $200 on weed, you invested it in yourself. Instead of spending $200 at a lot lizard, you invested it in yourself. So you riding company, but you sitting behind the seat riding company. You created your LLC, you are now in business, okay? When you create your LLC, do something universal, do something basic, okay? After you do something universal, after you do something basic, the second thing that you need to do is you need to get a EIN number. But when you file your EIN, it's gonna ask you, are you a sole proprietor, or are you an incorporation, or you're an LLC? You must check that you are an LLC. If not, you can never build business credit that's separate from your personal credit. Because when you're a sole proprietor, every single underwriting guideline from here to Guadalajara requires personal guarantee when you are a sole proprietor. All right, so you have to create an EIN that's attached directly to your LLC. The only thing that we're out dollar-wise is maybe $150, $200 for your LLC. The EIN is free. The third thing you need to do is open up a business checking account, okay? Open up a business checking account. A business checking account is just like a regular checking account, okay? You can go to whichever bank you want to. When you're in our course, we actually have a relationship with the credit union. There are actually several credit unions that will just give out lines of credit when you set up the right way. In our course, we have relationships with credit unions that go through different processes for you to get approved, and we can get anybody approved at these credit unions. But you can just go whoever you bank with now, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, BB&T, whomever. After you have your EIN number, when you do it online, you can do it on your cell phone, and you have your LLC. Those are the only two documents that you need to open up a business checking account. Now, when you open up your business checking account, there might be a fee involved, but guess what? It costs to be the boss. It costs to be the boss. It's not free, okay? It costs to be the boss. So that means there might be a fee of $50 or $25, but you got to think about it. You're starting your own business. You're investing in yourself. You're going to reap a harvest if you invest in yourself. So don't be cheap. You can't be penny wise and dollar foolish. Not wanting to start and open a business because you're afraid of a $50 fee, but you done paid, I don't know how much money made somebody else rich because you was afraid of a $50 fee or a $100 fee. Don't be penny wise and dollar foolish, okay? So after you open up a business checking account, whoever you're driving for, whoever you're running for, change your direct deposit and have all of your funds deposited into your business checking account, every last bit of it. Deposit all of your funds, do direct deposit into your new business checking account. They don't care. There's a direct deposit form. Whoever you run for, whoever you're driving for, would they set up the direct deposit to where it'll go directly into your business account, because now you have business funds, okay? Now you have business funds. Now the clock is running. Now we cooking with hot grease. Now it took you 7 days to do this. You can do this in 7 days. 7 days, you've done this in 7 days. You now are a legitimate business in the eyes of the underwriters. Have every stitch of money deposited into your business checking account. Have all the funds deposited into your business checking account. Make sure that your business checking account, that you have a debit card, okay? So if you are driving and you are on the road right now, you OTR, wait till you get a break and bobtail to the nearest bank you want to go to. They will give you a temporary debit card right then and there when you open up your business account. You can do all of this online. Excuses are lies that disguise themselves as the truth. Listen, you OTR, it doesn't matter that you're OTR. It don't matter that you're away. You have a cell phone. You have access to different resources. When you're at these different truck stops, you can bobtail. You can catch an Uber. You can catch a cab. You can call up your baby mama, your baby daddy, your side chick, or your boyfriend, or whatever your proclivity is. Go to the freaking bank. And you can get a business checking account right then and there. They're gonna give you a debit card right then and there. Jump back in your in your truck and then take off. Excuses are lies that disguise themselves as the truth. You can do this even if you are on tour for 3 months. You can still do this. All right, no excuses. The same way you can go to McDonald's is the same way that you can go to a bank. The same way that you can go see a lot lizard is the same way you can go get a massage. I don't know. I like the massages. Everybody like massages. The same way you go get a massage is the same way you can go to the bank. Okay, you understand what I'm talking about? So that being said, go to a local bank, get a business checking account, get a debit card that is associated with it. Now, when you have a debit card that is associated with it, you are able to use your funds just like it's your own regular checking account. You are fine. You're good. The only thing that you cannot do with that debit card is you cannot pay your rent and you cannot pay your utilities. You can pay for fuel, you can pay for food, you can pay for clothes, you can pay for any and everything you want. The reason why you want to attach it to your debit card is because when it is tax time, instead of having to hunt down all those different receipts, all you have to do is print out your bank statements, and your bank statements will have all of your transactions. Okay? Everything is for you in a nice, safe place. It makes it easier when it comes down for settlement. And your first year in business, when you're riding company, don't worry. I mean, you're going to, at the end of the year, you're going to be able to do the tax deductions to where you're not caught up in trouble. Your first year, now this is the only time, hear me and hear me clearly. If you're listening to this and you're not a trucker, don't take this advice. If you're listening to this and you are a doctor, if you're listening to this and you are an accountant, if you're listening to this and you are a barbershop or a hair salon, anybody other than a trucker, okay? Do not take this advice, okay? If you are spending your first year driving for somebody else, and you are building your business, that you are able to write everything off, so at the end of the year, you don't have to worry about your taxes. This is the only time I suggest to play the tax game when you are riding and driving for somebody else, running for somebody else, when you're running and pulling for somebody else, and you're building your business as a trucker. This is the only time I would suggest that you do that. I'm going to have a separate video explaining that because that's a lot of different details. So if you understand me, if you hear me, I want you to say got it. Even right now, I want you to type down got it before I move forward, okay? So I want you to type down got it. All right, so somebody says they live in a hotel. Dean, is it best to build your personal credit first, then build your business credit? That's a very good question. Lowrider, I suggest that you build them both at the exact same time. Your business credit is completely separate from your personal credit. Your right hand is completely separate from your left hand, but they're still part of your body. So even if you hurt your right hand, you can still use your left hand. It doesn't mean that before you use your left hand, you have to get your right hand whole. No. If you break your right hand, that means you're never going to eat again. No. Eat with your other hand. It's the exact same principle. Business credit is completely separate from personal credit. That's why in our course, we teach you how to build both of them at the same time. We have something called the startup coaching, which is nothing but business. We have something that's called the 720 coaching, which is nothing but personal credit. We have a course that's called the 100-point credit boost, which is nothing but a quick shot that's going to boost your personal credit. We have something that's called other people's money that teaches you how to invest in real estate using business credit. We have different things. You have access to the entire course. I suggest that you do both of them at the same time. It's not like you have to do one or the other because they're still part of you. All right, so I see got it. All right, so Kendrick says got it. Truth Teller says got it. All right, so Truthfully says don't get it. Talk about the current New World Order. Okay, Truthful Matt, modifications, truthful medications. We're not talking about that right now. All right, Leo says got it. All right, Jay says got it. Tracer says got it. John says got it. All right, Calvin got it. All right, Rude Boy got it. All right, LP got it. All right, Jonathan got it. Tasha got it. Chris got it. Okay, somebody says they live in a hotel. I'm gonna miss that. Okay, all right. So Jody says, what's the site? The site is dcfionline.com. dcfionline.com. which stands for E.DeanCole Financial Institute Online.com. That's DCFIonline.com. So let me explain a little bit more. So now you have your LLC. Now you have your EIN. Now you have your business checking account. Those are the minimum requirements to be considered a legitimate business in the eyes of the lenders. Once you have those three things for at least 12 months, you now have seasoning as a legitimate business. Once you have those things for 12 months, then I suggest you start building your business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit. Now, building business credit is tricky. I suggest that you enroll into our course. It's only $50 a month for 12 months. The total price of the course is $600. It's not something you can start and stop, okay? So it is an annual subscription. So it's a monthly tuition of $50 a month for 12 months. Or if you do your full tuition up front, you can pay your full tuition up front, which is $450. You will save $150. So if you did the full tuition up front, it's $450, you save $150. Or it's $50 a month for 12 months. The reason why I suggest that you enroll into our course is because building business credit is tricky if you don't know what you're doing. There's a lot of information that's out there that's free, but that information is only going to give you maybe $2,500 in business credit with vendor accounts, and some of them don't even report. The video that I put up today, gentleman was in that situation. He got it stuck. He was like, Dean, I don't know what else to do. He didn't know what his paydex score was, didn't know anything. He had a few people reporting, didn't know nothing. All the free stuff that he could find online, and we got him together, got him an 80 paydex, got a full credit report without having to pay $2,500 to Dun & Bradstreet, got approved for a equipment funding up to $100,000 if he wanted to. That's a vendor account, okay? Now we're opening him up to more funding, okay? The reason why I said all that to say this is that everybody's situation is different. One thing that I've discovered is that certain people don't want to do a personal guarantee. Other people don't have a problem doing a personal guarantee. People will tell you, oh, you never want to do a personal guarantee. That is subjective. Let me tell you why I say that. Because I have clients that are full-time real estate developers. You're going to do a personal guarantee for real estate. You're going to. You're going to do a personal guarantee for real estate, and you're going to do a personal guarantee for naked money. What naked money is a line of credit. Everybody talks about an SBA loan, and I want to do an SBA loan. You're going to do a personal guarantee for an SBA loan. You want to know why? Because of the Patriot Act. Okay? So because of the Patriot Act, you're going to have to do a personal guarantee. They need to know who you are. They need to make sure you're not a terrorist, and they need to make sure that you're not doing money laundering, and make sure that you're not trafficking cocaine and trafficking drugs. However, when you have access to somebody like myself, we have access to lenders that will do a personal credit check, but the information will not apply to your personal credit. It will apply to your business credit. They're going to check your identity. One of the minimum underwriting requirements is that you have a 620 score. Some of them have a 680 score. There's one lender right now that will give you $10,000. They just make sure that you have more than a 550 score and that you're in business for at least 3 months. But they are going to check your personal credit to confirm your identity and confirm that you're not in bankruptcy. Because if you're in bankruptcy, a lot of times what will happen is that people will try to go and add that new line of credit to bankruptcy. So that's the reason why I say, as a consultant, I'm going to tell you facts. I'm not going to give you fiction. I'm not going to tell you something that you think you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. However, if you do it the right way, the personal credit check will not be a personal guarantee where it attaches to your person. It will just attach to your business, okay? So now let's talk about that. Somebody asked, is it better to build your personal credit or is it better to build your business credit? Now, if you go through alternative financing, you can finance a truck or you can finance equipment, no personal guarantee. You can get fuel cards, no personal guarantee. You can get maintenance accounts with Firestone, with Goodwill Tire, with 10 tires with no personal guarantee. You can get maintenance accounts with oh man, who off the top of my head? Jiffy Lube, and who else off the top of my head? I'm thinking off the top of my head. All no personal guarantee. Once you have an 80 paydex, once you have 10 payment experiences, once you have an 80 IntelliScore, you can go to Racetrack, AutoZone. You can get all the equipment that you need, and that's alternative financing. That's not naked money. So a lot of times people think, oh, I need to go and get naked money, or I got to get $100,000 or $50,000 to start your business. You don't have to. You can build your business credit the proper way to where you never have to do a personal credit check and you never have to do a personal guarantee, and you can get full legitimate equipment funding. You can get fuel funding. You can get maintenance funding. So the thing is that you have to get lines of credit that are for a specific thing. not just naked money. The mistake that a lot of people make is, oh, I got to get money. You don't need to get money. You need to get lines of credit. You have to get accounts. And that's the reason why we start off with the vendor accounts, because that gets your mindset going to where you can get an account with Mercedes-Benz. You can get an account with Volvo. You can get maintenance accounts with Ford. You can get maintenance accounts with Chevy. You can get these maintenance accounts, no personal check, no personal guarantee. Once you have at least 10 or 15 payment experiences, an 80 paydex score, a major line of credit of $10,000 in your business name. So there are different tiers to business credit. All right. And that's the reason why going with the professional who have the relationship with the different lenders, we will teach you and we walk you step by step. So you have to change your way of thinking. You have to take away the guessing game. You don't have to play the guessing game. So if you want to go and build it that way, you can build it that way. And if you're running underneath somebody else's authority, or even if you're driving for somebody else, you can drive for a full year. Build up your business credit so that at the end of this 12 months, you can have $20,000. If you watch the video that Trucker Brown did, I'm gonna show you. Watch the video. The link is in the comments. Watch the video where he talks about how you can have an extra $26,000. So let's just be conservative and say, let's just say you have an extra $15,000, and you have a $10,000 fuel account. You have a $10,000 maintenance account. You have you have a $10,000 fuel account. You have 4 or 5 different maintenance accounts that equal $10,000. You have different lines of credit through credit unions and banks. It's not just a check for naked money. Because a check for naked money, you can go out and buy cocaine. You can go out and buy weed. You can go out and buy people. You can go out and do a lot of illegal activity. So that's the reason why it's always hard to get naked money without a personal guarantee, because you can go out and you can flip it. You can do a whole bunch of illegal activity that way. It's easier when you do alternative financing and you open up accounts or lines of credit at certain companies and build it the proper way. So that's the first way if you want to do it with no personal guarantee. If you want to do it with a personal guarantee, boom, you can get $100,000, $150,000. You can get $40,000. The video that I'm going to put up tonight or tomorrow, the young lady, her credit score went up 100 points. In the call, we got her $5,000. We're connecting her with vendors that are giving her $5,000 that she can use for her business. She has a stationery business, a stationery and wedding planning business, $5,000 for vendor accounts that she's able to use, and she has no problem doing a personal guarantee because she wants her personal credit to go up, and she's getting $40,000 after her score goes up. So I said all of that to say your journey is your journey, depending on what you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and what you cannot do, what you should and should not do. But I will tell you this: if you do not have a plan, and you do a personal guarantee, if you don't have a plan and you don't do a personal guarantee and you do business only, you will fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It doesn't matter if you do a personal guarantee or you don't do a personal guarantee. You need to write the vision and make it plain so they that read it can run. Write down the vision that you have for your business. Write down the vision that you have for yourself so that you will know what to do. And you have access to people that can consult you so that you know what to do when trouble time come. Because yes, money answers all things, but if you don't know what to do with the money, you're going to be messed up. Money is an amplifier. If you have a wrong way of thinking and you get money, you're going to do wrong with it. But if you have the right way of thinking and you get money, you're going to do right with it. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So you have to change your way of thinking. It doesn't matter if you do a personal guarantee or not. It doesn't matter if you build business credit the proper way in 6 months and you have access to $50,000, or you do a personal guarantee and you have access to $50,000 in 2 months. The only difference of your success is going to be your way of thinking and your mindset. So above all things, that's what you're able to do. Start your business right now. Even if you're driving a company, you can start your business right now. Getting a LLC. If you don't know how to do it, enroll into our course. We're going to walk you step by step on how to do it. Only thing you have to pay for is the filing fees. Second thing you need to do is get an EIN number that's attached to an LLC, not attached to a sole proprietor. Don't make that mistake, because if you do, you're going to be upset, you're going to be mad, and you're going to waste a lot of time because you didn't follow the recipe. Even though you got the ingredients, the recipe was out of order. You put the icing on the cake before you put the cake in the oven. The third thing you need to do is open up a business checking account. Get direct deposit into your business checking account. I'm going to create a completely separate video that talks about how you're able to use your business funds as if they're your personal funds and not get into any tax issues. That's a completely separate video. So I'm taking 2 phone calls. Give me a call right now. 855-75 855-756-6639. 855-75-MONEY. I forwarded the calls from the radio station to my cell phone. So that means that this is the same number you will call when I'm live on the radio. So when you call, it's going to say press 1 to connect live on the radio, and I'll answer your question right now. So it's 855-75-MONEY. All right, it says, say the number again. Yes, it is 855-756-6639. That's 855-75-MONEY. 855-756-6639. And press number 2 to connect to me live on the air. And I'm not live on the air, I'm live on YouTube. So those are the basic steps. After you do that, in order to get a DUNS number, a lot of people will tell you to go and open an account with Uline, or open an account with if you open an account with Uline, or open an account by applying for lines of credit. Don't do that. If you do that, you're going to get red flagged in Dun and Bradstreet's. You're going to get red flagged and Dun. Somebody calling from Raleigh, North Carolina. If you do that, you're going to be red flagged in Dun and Bradstreet's database, and then they're going to. So Charlotte, North Carolina is calling. So I got Raleigh right now, and after this call, then call back. Hey caller, how you doing?
Hey, this is Taylor Walston. I enrolled into your course probably last Friday, and I just have a few questions.
Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for enrolling, my man.
All right, great. Well, I was just wondering, so I found my LLC probably 2 weeks ago, but I put my home address down, so I was wondering, how would I change it to like a virtual office?
That's a very good question. To change your LLC, there is a form that is in our course. So in the course, under the startup coaching, the section that says step-by-step follow your LLC, there is a form.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you the name of the form right now. Let me go to the back end of the course.
Okay.
Hold on for a second. And you fill that form out, and it's only $25. Hold on for a second. It's only $25 to do an amendment in most states. So what you would do is you would do an amendment, and you're going to sign that form in front of a notary, and the form is already inside the course. So give me a second, okay? I'm gonna give you the exact name.
Also,
yes, sir.
When I change it to the address, do I change it to a virtual office space address?
Yes. Very good question. Yes. So you need to change it to a virtual address that is a business grade. There are some virtual addresses that are not business grade. In the course, there are 2 companies that I suggest. One is called DaVinci, and the second one is Regis. And with DaVinci, there's a discount code through the course, and you can get your virtual office for like $50. And you are in North Carolina, so you can you're in Raleigh, right? You said you're in Raleigh-Durham area, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So in the Raleigh-Durham area, there are a couple of good virtual offices. And the cool thing I like about DaVinci, Tyler, is that they don't show up as a virtual office. DaVinci shows up as a full brick and mortar address, whereas Regis sometimes will show up as a virtual office. So that's one cool thing that I like about DaVinci is DaVinci actually shows up in the automatic underwriting engine as a brick and mortar, because they'll give you a suite number, whereas some Regises don't give you a suite number.
Okay. Also, how do I go about trademarking my brand? Because I found my LLC through LegalZoom, but I feel like that was a mistake because they're just taking way too long.
They are.
And it was more fees.
Yeah, they are.
So for my trademark, how would I do that?
That's a very good way. You can trademark your way 2 different ways. There is a section in the course that shows you how you can go through the process of trademarking your name by filling out the fees, Or the second way you can do it, the easiest way you can do it is get certified. Put all of your documentation, put your name, put all of your documentation, put all of your legal business information in a manila folder. Seal that manila folder and mail it to yourself and never open it. And if you ever go into court, that will show up as a trade. That's an easy way to trademark your name right now if you're just waiting for time. And then in the course, you can go through the process of filling out the proper forms to do so. So give me 1 second. I'm in the back end of the course right now. And I'm going to tell you the name of that. I'm going to tell you the name of it. It's under obtaining your LLC step by step. So you've been in the course for 2 weeks. How are you liking it so far?
I like it well. I'm only gotten a few. I'm like 15% done with one of the courses, but I've been studying for my LSAT test too.
Okay.
So that, I've been doing going in between that and that, and then I was going basically. All right, so here's my plan. So I'm taking the LSAT on June 12th, and then I'm going to go OTR for a year. And
okay.
So once I get out, I'm going to save all my money for OTR and building up this business, and then I'm going to save. Then I'm going to save all the money that I buy a truck and have someone drive the truck while I'm in law school.
That's awesome.
But
You just called Trucker Brown, didn't you? I think you called Trucker Brown. Oh, they called you? Yeah. That's so funny. That's cool. You own it tonight, my man. That's good. You are on it tonight.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, no, I have one last question though. So
yes, sir.
I filed my LLC for my other business,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like a single business. But my question is, should I file another LLC and then have that as a banner for all my brands? Instead of just having that one.
That's a very good question. That's called a holding company. Let me give you my advice on a holding company. A holding company sounds very sexy, but in actuality, it's not. Did you know this, that Donald Trump has 150 different LLCs? Did you know that? CNN was talking about it. Donald Trump has over 150 LLCs. The reason why is because your LLC stands for Limited Liability Corporation. If you have and everybody knows Trump, but what happens is that's marketing. Marketing is different from the actual functionality of the business. So let me explain what I mean by that, Tyler. So let's say, God forbid, it's Tyler, is that correct? Is it Tyler?
No, it's Taylor, but
Taylor. Okay. So let's say, for instance, God forbid, Taylor, and you being an attorney, you're going to be able to understand this. So God forbid, Taylor, let's say you have Taylor Enterprises as your parent company. Taylor Enterprise LLC. And under Taylor Enterprise LLC, you have Taylor Trucking and you have Taylor Realty. God forbid, Taylor Trucking, you get somebody that's not paying attention on the road, get into an accident and kill a pregnant mother who is pregnant with quadruplets. When you go to court, a good attorney that's worth their weight in gold is going to try to get what's called marching orders against you. Have you heard of that yet?
No, I have not.
I'm sorry, charging orders. It's called charging orders. Charging orders is when the judge pierces the corporate veil, and now all of your real estate and all of your other trucks are now subject to litigation. So when you have an umbrella of an LLC and a good attorney pierces your corporate veil, now all of your assets are now subjugated to that lawsuit. Now let's reverse that situation. Worst case scenario, God forbid, you have Tyler Trucking, and you have Tyler Realty, and you have Tyler Consulting. God forbid that same accident happens. The only entity that's subjugated to charging orders is the trucking company. Your real estate company is completely separate, is completely protected. Your consulting company is completely separate, is completely protected. When you have separate LLCs like Donald Trump has and like every other professional does have. Most of the time when people use an umbrella corporation, a lot of times that's just for name purposes and for nonprofit work. When you have nonprofit work and you have these large corporations, then they will use an umbrella when they deal with nonprofit so they can get tax shelters, but best believe the bulk of their business is a completely separate LLC that's not underneath that umbrella. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So my advice is to get separate LLCs for every single business. LLC stands for Limited Liability Corporation. So you have a limited liability, and it protects yourself, and it also protects your other interest. Like for instance, there's a gentleman, like I mentioned, I talk about all the time, is a client of mine who's in our course. Actually, he has 30 pieces of real estate. Every last piece of real estate is its own separate LLC, because God forbid if he had one company and he has all those 30 pieces of real estate under one company, say God forbid somebody breaks into the house and kills a person in that house. The family members can now sue the landlord, and now all 29 of the other properties are subjugated to charging orders. But if they're separate, then all of them are completely separate. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much for calling, man. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for being enrolled into the course. Have you learned anything new that you didn't know when you enrolled into the course?
Yeah, definitely. Like all the guys on Back Street, or like the different credit unions. Because I didn't know I think it was like Experian. Experian has a business credit thing. I didn't know that.
That's right. It's called IntelliScore. Yes, sir. So I'm glad that you enrolled, and I'm glad that you liked it. Thanks for calling. You have a good night, my man.
Thanks for having. You too.
All right, guys. I'm taking one more call. So one more call, and that's going to be it. So the person that called from Charlotte can call back again. So the number is 855-756-6639. That's 855-75-MONEY. That's 855-756-6639, which is 855-75-MONEY. And I'm taking one more call. All right, let's see here. Hit the like button. That's right. Hit the like button. Marv, hit the like button. That's good stuff. Is my radio station local? Good question, Truck and Madness. You can listen to my radio show. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 3. You can listen on Sensation Station Network, SensationStationNetwork.com. You can listen anywhere. You can also listen on the satellite radio if you have the tune-in station. On satellite radio, it comes in all GM vehicles. All the new GM vehicles that have the inboard dash that has like Pandora. It has Pandora. It has iHeartRadio. Oh, somebody calling from Rhode Island. It has iHeartRadio, and it has the TuneIn app and Siri. Not Siri, but Sirius. Under the TuneIn station, you can listen from 1 to 3. Or you can go to SensationStationNetwork.com. Or if you follow me on Facebook, we do a live video, and you can listen on Facebook as well. Hey, caller, how you doing, and where you calling from? Hello? Rhode Island. Hello? Rhode Island? Can you hear me? Charlotte messed up. Hello? Rhode Island?
Rhode Island.
What's going on? How you feeling, my man? How you doing, and what's your name and where you calling from?
It's Melly Mel calling from Rhode Island.
What's going on, Melly Mel? How you feeling, Melly Mel?
All right. How you doing, Dean? Everything is good, man.
That's
I'm trying
good.
to be winning. I'm winning small time, but I'm trying to be winning big time.
Listen, man. Hey, all it takes is you go from one win to the next win. You go from that win to the next win, and then you go on a winning streak. That's how you got to do it, man. You got to make wise decisions and go on a winning streak. That's how you got to do it. So, what's your question, Melly Mel?
My question is right now I'm currently in school trying to finish up some things so I can currently, get my my education and all that.
Okay.
And
Congratulations.
all that.
Congratulations, Melly Mel.
And at the same time, I was looking into, I follow Trucker Ground and Sean and all.
Yes, those some good guys.
All the guys out there, you as well.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be in the number.
You guys know what y'all talk about. I thank God for y'all.
Thank you.
And but my question was, I wanted to do the trucker thing, but then I looked at another thing. I'm like, want to do like, what do you call that, freight broker. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get my brokerage.
Okay.
Then I'm thinking about getting my own authority because my father has his own authority.
Okay.
And like SoCal and everything, be your own boss.
Be your own boss, yeah.
Cut your check. You can go where you want, stop where you want.
That's right.
Report to nobody but yourself.
That's right.
So I'm trying to find out my avenue, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I know I would definitely want to have like a fleet. That's thing is, I want to have, because I did driving and stuff for different companies, for like Bernie and Bills and,
Okay.
you know, like William and Sonoma, you know,
Okay.
big companies, Bobby Bond, always like 16-footer, 24-footer trucks, straight trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time to do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to find that leeway, because it's like you can know a bunch of things, but if you don't know how to put them in order, like you
That's
said.
right. It's not just about having the ingredients, but following the recipe. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So my thing is, like, where do I start first? I know I have to start with that OT.
Yes.
But is that my first move to make? Is that the opportunity to do now, or shall I wait until
Start now.
schooling? Like,
Nope. Start right now. The longer you're in business, the more stable you are in the eyes of the lenders. Like, I have a lender right now that will give $50,000 to $100,000 for startups after they survive the first year. So this is an industry secret. So what happened is that a lot of people will say, okay, well, let me just wait and then start my business and go to the bank like, hey, give me some money. Like, no, you're a brand new business. Why am I going to give you money and you've been in business for 3 days? So that's a mistake that a lot of people make. So what you do is you have to be strategic. You have to write the vision and make it plain. You have to be strategic, because there are lenders. There are lenders that have different underwriting guidelines. I have a lender that requires you to be in business for at least 3 months, but it's expensive money, my man. I hate using them, but sometimes you got to use them. If you're in a pinch and you're in a bind, you can use that type of lender, but that's not long-term funding. That is immediate working capital if you're in a bind. Like if you need to fix your truck, or you need to hurry up and get some tires or something like that. That's something small, but that's not any long-term lengthy lender. So I have another lender that requires you to be in business for 9 months. Better terms. The longer you are in business, the better, the more stable the terms will be. So start your business right now. So my advice to you is do this in order. Start your business the proper way. Build your business get your business checking account, do all of that within 7 days. Start everything and do all of it right now. After you start all of it, after you do all of it right now, then I suggest that you start now you said how long you been driving?
I've been driving for a long time.
For a long time, okay. So if you've been driving for a long time, the first thing you do after you start your business up the proper way is get your own authority. All right? Get your own authority. Do you have any major accidents on your DOT report?
No, I don't. See, that's the thing. I don't have no CDL. The thing I was driving was it just required you to have your license.
Okay.
And a certain amount
Okay.
of,
Okay. Well, if that's the case, you can get your CDL. You don't have to go to driving school to get your CDL. If you know how to drive, you can actually get your CDL at the Department of Motor Vehicles. A lot of real estate developers, they get their CDLs because of some of the type of equipment that's needed to drive. You do not have to go to driving school to get your CDL. If you could take the written test and you can take the road test, then you can get your CDL. You do not have to go to school to get your CDL.
That's what my brother was saying. When I pay something for something,
Yep.
somebody would just help,
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
true.
So because I was gonna go that route before I decided to partner up with who I decided to partner up with. That was the route that I was gonna go so that I can build my own fleet, so I can have my CDL, and it'll make it easier for me to get my own authority. So this is the thing: get your CDL. After you get your CDL, get your own authority. The reason why you need to get your own authority is because 1, your dad already has it. 2, you've been driving for somebody else. You know how to drive. The third thing is that if you're going to have a freight brokerage, you're going to have your own authority anyway. So get your own authority. And once you get your own authority, then you're going to be able to split off and do your freight brokerage after you have your own authority. So this is how you do it in order. And once you have your own authority, now this is the issue that I ran into. My goal is to have 4 trucks on the road by the end of the year. Now, when I was getting my own authority, the insurance company, they said that they were going to give me my $1 million policy, but they said that if I added on some additional, this is what they told me. And I think this is because I wasn't a driver. And there are different insurance companies, they're all different. But this is what they told me. They said that if you know you're going to have 3 trucks, get your insurance and apply and get your authority with all 3 trucks at the same time. Or get one truck, and you have to wait 12 months before you can add on any other trucks, because then you're going to be considered uninsurable. That's what they told me. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do that, because at the end of the month, at the end of the year, because I got the business credit, I got the connections, I got the people. Let me just go on and build up and and leverage up. But so that's what.
Yeah, I thought it was every 3 months.
Yeah, every 3 months. Every 3 months for a finance company, but this particular insurance company who was writing my $1 million insurance policy told me that it was every year. But they're all different. So when I ran into that roadblock, I just decided to go in a different direction and partner up. But so that's my advice to you. So you can do everything that you said. I see definitely from a year from now, you can have everything that you said that you want. From a year from now, from a year to date, you can have a fleet, you can have your brokerage feeding your fleet, and you can have, what was the third thing that you said that you wanted?
What was the other thing that I said? It was that, brokerage, and I think that was basically it, though.
That's it. Okay, well, you can definitely have those two things. If you start right now and you work every single week towards your goal, don't let a week go by that you're not going towards your goal. That's how you create that momentum. That's how you create a winning streak. That's how the favor of God gets behind you and you become a magnet to success, because every single week you're doing something intentional to lead you to your goal. So this week I go and get the driving test. This week I go and I study my driving test. This week I go out on a couple of trips with my brother or with my dad. This week I go and I create my LLC. This week I go and I get my business checking account. This week I open up my first starter accounts. You see what I'm saying? So every single week, if you do something. Yep.
Another good thing too I want to say.
What's that?
Mr. Brown, thank you, big man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gone to that dude over there for the trucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. LRM. Yep.
LRM.
LRM is a good option. Yep.
I'm on it. So
that's good.
Cash away. Boom, boom, boom.
You good to go.
I'm ready to go. So
yep. You good to go with. Yep. With LRM, they'll let you get a new truck every 3 months.
Oh, that's even better.
Yep, with LRM. As long as you can handle it, as long as your payment terms are good, LRM will let you get a new truck every 3 months. All right, my man, you have a good one. I've been on this thing for 91 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. Wow.
God is good. You're the best thing. Don't stop, bro. He's going to continue to bless you.
Thanks, man. I believe I received that.
Stop it, because you're giving it back.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I believe I received that, man.
God is good, man. Don't stop the gift.
All right, man. I appreciate that, Melly Mel. You have a good night, my man.
All right, dude.
All right, bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. That was pretty cool. Thank you, TB, for that idea. That was like dope. That's like so cool. So instead of the super chats and all the other stuff, we could call. So we're definitely gonna do this again. Most of my Q&A I'm gonna do. You're very, very welcome, LPMC. Excellent content. Very good. Thank you so very much, Marcus Rose. Hit that share button. Hit that like button. One more call, Trucking Madness. No, Trucking Madness. I gotta go. I've been on this thing for 92 minutes, my man. Catch me on the next one. Definitely catch me on the next one. Or reach out to me on Facebook. Or enroll into the course. When you enroll into the course, you get access to me like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on the replay, the reason why you did not have access to this is because you did not subscribe and you did not hit the bell. So I want you to just subscribe and hit the bell. The second thing I want you to do is look down in the links in the comments. There's going to be a link to Trucker Brown's video talking about how you're able to create an extra $26,000. There's also going to be a link to the course. If you want to enroll into the course, if you want to learn how to build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit, you'll be able to enroll in that. You'll also have access to my Facebook information. Everything will be linked in the description below. And also right up here, is a little card, and at the end of this video on the left side will be the phone call that I had with the young man who I got him approved for $100,000. Now, if you're watching this 2 days out, The video right here at the end is going to be for the $100,000 approval. The video right here is going to be for the young lady who credit score went up 100 points. I am finishing that up tonight, and I'm either going to have it up tonight or tomorrow. So you guys have a successful night. Thank you so much for everybody that commented. Hit the like button right now. If you have not hit the like button, hit the like button right now. And if you found this valuable, I need you to pay for this. The way that you're going to pay for it is you're going to share the wealth. Pay it forward. Somebody is calling me. Oh, no, it's an Amber Alert. So the way that you're going to pay for this is share this. If you're in a private Facebook group, share it in your private Facebook group. Share it on your Facebook wall. If you don't have social media, text it. Hit the share button, copy the link, and text it to somebody else. If you found it valuable, I need you to pay it forward and invest this seed of education and invest this seed of motivation into somebody else's life and watch you reap a harvest for it. So even if you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to look at all the comments. And if you asked me a question that I missed, there are two ways to get your questions answered. Either do a super chat. A super chat will leave it up and it'll always be found. Or the second way is to come back and leave your comment below. If you look at all my other videos, you'll see that I comment on just about all of them, even the trolls. I've discovered that I comment on the trolls now. So you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for watching this. I apologize for the back and forth and all of that other stuff, but I am very, very excited about what's happening for the channel. We are at let's see how many subscribers we are at. Oh wow, we got more subscribers since I was live. Wow. We're at 1,681 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. So think of some cool thing to do when we get to 2,000 subscribers. You know what? I think I will do when we get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a special 2-hour live. Nothing but phone calls answering all your questions. I think I like that one. When we get to 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a special 2-hour live answering all of your questions. No holds barred, no matter what. I think that's what I'm going to do. So when we get to 2,000 subscribers, that's what I'm going to do. 2-hour live, because I'm almost at 2 hours right now. I'm at 96 minutes. And just doing nothing but answering all of your questions. So you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I want you guys to go get them. Remember, there is greatness inside of you. And the only person that's stopping you from being successful is you. There is not a situation, there's not a circumstance, there's not a skill that's stopping you from being successful. The only person that's stopping you from being successful is you. All right, guys, you guys go get them. Success is waiting.